It's Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are excited to help you find a job or business you love that supports the life you really want. And today we are talking about coaching. For those of you that don't know, I run a career coach certification program. So I get this question all the time, Anna, how do I go from one-on-one coaching to group coaching? I love this question because when I did this, it completely changed my business. It completely changed my life. I'm going to walk you through the whole story, how I went from one-on-one career coaching to launching my first group program today. So you can see the behind the scenes of how I did it and how I continue to do it today to serve my clients in a group model. So first, let's talk about what group coaching is. So group coaching, well, the reason I love group coaching is because it is actually more valuable to your clients than one-on-one coaching. And that is because they get the whole environment of your community. They get to hear other people's questions. You get to put all of your processes and your systems together for the community and for the entire group. And what I've seen is that is very valuable for all of the members to be able to hear the questions from other people who are in your group. So know that group coaching is when you get a group of people together. You as the coach are going to be able to go around the room and to be able to answer the questions of the group. It's usually a smaller group. When I do group coaching, it's usually about 10 people on that call, or it can be less if you want more individual attention, like 5 people. Not everyone always shows up. Some people will sign up and then they won't actually show up to the calls. So that's something to remember. But there's a group together. The entire group is getting value. Sometimes people don't have questions. And I know this happens to me when I join other people's memberships and group programs is I don't always have a question, but I get value just from listening to other people's questions and to see how that coach or that mentor answered their question. And so that's the value. People will show up. They won't always have a question, but other people will ask really great questions. I had a group coaching call just last week in my group coaching membership class. And it was so much fun because there were 10 people that signed up for this group coaching call. I think there were about 6 people that actually showed up to the call, but I had about 7, because not everyone showed up, 7 great questions that I was able to support those clients with through that hour. So we went through all of those questions on that call. It was an hour call. So each person got that time that they needed on that call to go through their question. Like I said, there were about 6 people that showed up. It was an hour call. So each person got about 10 minutes and not everyone needed their full 10 minutes. So we actually had time to spare at the end of that call. And they were great questions. So everyone got value on that call because they got to hear how I answered those questions for all of those 6 people that were there. And then we recorded it. And so the people that weren't able to attend, they were able to watch the recording. So now more people are getting those questions answered and are able to see the recording. Not only that, I'm getting questions from my client, which is inspiring me to create more videos and podcasts because I really am understanding my market and continue to do so because I'm answering my clients' questions. So it's so much fun. I love having group coaching. I love building communities. And then I also love that it's scalable. So if you have limited time, having a group coaching program is a really important strategy to build into your business model. I always recommend, having that when it comes to all of your revenue streams. And that is because it's less one-on-one work for you, the coach, and it really is scalable. So you really have that scalable program that you can use to build up your revenue month after month as a coach. So when I first launched my group coaching program, I launched it in 2014. This was about right when I quit my day job and I had my first daughter. And so I launched that because I had my daughter, but this was my full-time career now was Classy Career Girl. I was doing this I was a coach and it was my full-time career. But I also had a baby and I was kind of a full-time mom at that point as well too. And so my husband would go to work. He had not quit his day job yet because now he works with us at Classy Career Girl. So about 3 to 6 months later, he quit his job. But at that time, he was working his 9 to 5. And so during the day, I was on baby. And then he would come home at 5. And so guess when I would host my group coaching calls when I launched this group coaching program in 2014? 5:30 p.m. I was in San Diego, so I was on Pacific time zone. So it works out really well because on the East Coast it was like 8:30 p.m. And so I got a lot of people who after work, that was a really good time for them. And it was a really good time for me because it was then that 1 hour. My husband would put our daughter to bed. And then I had that hour where I could coach my clients. And so when I would do sales calls, I would enroll people into this group coaching program because I knew it was my recommendation for people and it was going to provide value to them because one-on-one coaching at that time was really hard. I did have some clients. So I think I had about 3 to 4 clients, but that really was my max. Like I could not handle any more one-on-one clients. And so I really had to build a group coaching program so I could continue growing my business and helping people. So if you also want to have a group coaching program and schedule that hour around your schedule like I did. So I actually had 2 group coaching programs at that time. One was for women who were launching businesses called Corporate Rescue Plan. Those of you guys who've been around know I still have Corporate Rescue Plan. And then the other one, that was on Monday nights at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. And then on Tuesday nights at 5:30 p.m. Pacific was my group coaching program for job searchers called Love Your Career Formula, which I still have today. And so those were the 2 times that you could work with me and show up to my group coaching calls. And, most of the time, if your clients really want what you have, if you have shown them that you know how to solve their problem, they're going to show up or they're going to listen to the recording. They're going to submit their question and then listen to the recording because that's the time that works for you. And we as entrepreneurs are in charge of our calendars, our lives, when we work, when we have calls. And so that's why I love this group coaching program is because you get to choose that hour in your week or 2 hours if you have 2 programs like I did that works for your schedule. And as a new mom, I needed that. So if you also want to, and still not even as a new mom, now I have 3 daughters. They are 9, 5, and 18 months. So I still really need group coaching programs in my life. And I do, that is my main focus in my business today because I don't have, I can maybe have one-on-one client at a time, but that's really my max because of how my business is structured right now. I put everything into my group coaching program class. Okay, so let's end my certification, by the way. And that is a second kind of group coaching cohort that I run is our career coach certification program. So as you get the hang of this group coaching program and this group coaching model, you can then also launch other group coaching programs that don't require, as much time, and you can really use that to scale your business up. So Anna, what are your tips? How do I do this? So let's talk about my 3 tips for you today. If you want to create a group coaching program, the first thing that you want to do is you want to make a list of all the challenges that your current clients are facing. So I always recommend starting with one-on-one coaching. I know everyone wants to skip that and rush to group coaching and courses and memberships. I know you want to do that. But in order to really understand the frustrations and the challenges that your market is facing, we really need to spend time doing individual coaching. That is why my group coaching was successful, is because I had spent time doing one-on-one coaching. So I knew what those common challenges and roadblocks were. I knew what those questions that I was constantly being asked. So in order to create a group coaching program, we have to use that to build that outline. We have to use that to build the content that you're going to teach in your group coaching program. So you want to take all of those questions, do a brain dump, spend 15 minutes, maybe re-listen to some of your old one-on-one calls and identify what are those common questions? What are the common themes? What are the common phases that your clients are going through as they reach their goals and you help them solve problems? So one-on-one coaching is not bad at all. Start with that. Study those calls. They're beneficial to your clients. You're helping them one-on-one, but use those clients after you get done with every single one of them. Take notes during those calls. And because the content you deliver in those calls, the questions that you get are going to help you build out your group coaching program or a membership or a course or a program or a book, a guide, a PDF, whatever it is going to be created by those one-on-one calls. Figure out what those common themes are. Then the second thing, after you figure out like what are those common pieces of advice that you're saying over and over again, we figure out then how we can put that into your outline for your group coaching program. So maybe over the next 6 months in your group coaching program, or over the next 90 days, you're going to be covering every week a certain topic. And so that's how I launched my first group coaching program, Corporate Rescue Plan. It was a 12-week program. And each week I was covering a different topic. And so each week on those group coaching calls, we were talking about that week's topic. And I actually was recording a video each week as well that delivered the short training for that week. And then the group coaching calls really were like the Q&A about that topic. So say one of the weeks it was about how to build an email list. And that was what the video was that week. And then on that Q&A that week, I would answer questions about launching your email list. So that's kind of the structure that I would do when I would launch my group coaching program. You can also do this per month. So maybe every month you have a group coaching call and you have a topic each month. But the important thing is that you're leading them through this outline of content, of training, of Q&A, of the topics that you're most frequently asked and the themes that you're seeing when you do one-on-one coaching. This is not you just creating this program because you think it would be great. That's not what we want to do. We want to create a group coaching program around the common questions that your ideal clients are having. So what needs to be done one-on-one and then what needs to be done group. This is really important to figure out. In our career coach certification program, there are things that can easily be done as a group, right? Like the Q&A can be done as a group. Obviously, when they graduate, that can be done as a group. A lot of the training when I launched it for the first time and I did the training, that can be done as a group. Like, the 10 people in our career coach certification can be on the call listening to me teach the training. That doesn't need to be done individually with 10 people. But there are certain areas in our career coach certification program that need to be done one-on-one. For example, onboarding, right? We have a specific onboarding call that helps people learn how to launch their digital products to go along with their career coach certification, right? So that needs to be done one-on-one. We have halfway check-ins. Those are done one-on-one. We have business launch sessions. So at the end of the career coach certification program, we have one-on-one individual business launch sessions so that we can personalize their business launch to them. So there's certain things that need to be done individually, but there's other things that can easily be done as a group. And so that's what you want to identify as well when it comes to building out your outline and your content schedule. And the last thing is to set a date and launch this thing. No more thinking about it. You've already been thinking about it way too long. If you've already been thinking about it, let's set a date today. Look in your calendar, maybe like 8 weeks from now, 2 months from now, set a date of when this is going to go live. You don't have to have any fancy content ready. When I first launched mine, I launched my Corporate Rescue Plan in November of 2014. And it went live in January. So I was doing sales calls all of November and December. My daughter was about 6 months old. My husband was on the verge of quitting his day job right then to join us in the business. And so for those 2 months, I did sales calls and I enrolled people into this group coaching program that started in January. So they had some pre-work in the membership, very simple pre-work to do. And then the content, the was actually going to start in January. And the Q&A, the monthly Monday night Q&A, that would start in January too. So there really wasn't that much work that I needed to do besides selling. And that's what's so important. A lot of people make the mistake of just creating all the content and filling up, all this content plan. And that's not what's most important. What's most important is that outline that you get from really understanding your client's struggles and challenges and their vision and where they want to go, putting that into the outline and selling that program. You can always give them some limited time bonus. For example, if they've joined by a certain day, before the program starts, maybe you do an extra one-on-one call with them, or maybe you give them an extra bonus training, or an extra Q&A, something like that, where it doesn't involve you creating a bunch of content, but it's still a really big ad for them. Or obviously a discount would work too if they join by a certain day. But that way, if you give yourself that 2 months, you really have plenty of time to start enrolling people, to start doing those sales calls, to start testing this process to see, what are those questions that your clients really want, and then launch that thing. Even if there's just a few people who join, that's a group, right? You need 2 people for a group. And you can always bonus, if there's one person, you can always bonus them a one-on-one call. If only one person shows up, oh my goodness, they get a bonus one-on-one call with you. That is valuable. So don't be too concerned. You don't need to have like 25 people in your group or anything like that. Small is better in the beginning. They get more hand-holding and more one-on-one from you. So launch that thing. So to summarize today, launch your group coaching program, start with one-on-one. There's so many benefits to having your group coaching program as one of the things that you can offer your clients. The other thing I didn't even talk about, but it is a more affordable option that you can offer your clients. So some people will want one-on-one. They want all of you. They want all of your attention, all of your advice, all the personalization. They'll even fly you out to where they live so that they can work with you one-on-one and pay whatever you want. And then you'll have other people who may not be able to afford your one-on-one coaching, but that group coaching program is the perfect place for them, that perfect price point for them. And it's going to give them value. It's going to give them the outline. It's going to give them access to you and what they need, while also helping you reach your goals too, and having a lot more time freedom and enjoyment in running your coaching business as well too. So make a long list of all the challenges and frustrations your clients are facing, every question you have answered from them, the common themes, put that into that success path or that program outline, all of the things that you're going to cover, figure out what needs to be done one-on-one, what can be done as a group, and then set a date. Let people know that on this date, you are going to be launching your group coaching program. You are pre-enrolling now, comes with some special benefits. The deadline for pre-enrollment is blank. If they get in now, they get blank. And we launch this thing. We get it out there and stop thinking about it. We actually take action. So I hope that this has been helpful. If you want to launch a coaching business, definitely join me for my next webinar. I'm talking about how to go from employee to entrepreneur. I will put the link below on how you can register for my Employee to Entrepreneur Success Path webinar. The other thing that you might want to do is apply for our Career Coach Certification Program. So our Career Coach Certification Program is not only do we give you all the tools and resources to launch a career coaching business and show you how to actually coach your clients, whether you want to be a job search coach, a business coach, a leadership coach, or a productivity coach. Those are all of our specializations that you can get specialized in. So not only do we teach you how to be a coach, but we also teach you all the business stuff like we talked about today, right? How to go from one-on-one, how to build a group coaching program, how to build a profitable, fulfilling business you love. And so if you're interested in that, I'll put those links below as well so you can apply and learn more. We have a free training on how to become a career coach as well. So I think that would be helpful for you. So that's it for today. I hope this has been helpful. Leave a comment below and I will see you next time.